Oh, ladies and gentlemen, interesting stuff happening here at the BroadwayCon 2026. You're looking at a placard from the periodic table of Broadway musicals. It's an illustrated guide to 118 essential shows by Andrew Gerle. And here he is himself. Hey, Andrew, how are you?
I am great.
Tell me about this interesting book and about your booth at BroadwayCon.
Absolutely. So we started in 2019. We started with the poster, actually. So the poster is the first thing. It is based on the original periodic table of elements. So it has 118 musicals grouped into 10 categories. So we have like the Showbiz series, we have the Leading Ladies series, True Stories, and every tile has a whole bunch of information in it. We wanted to pack in as much data as we could into one sort of infographic. So for example, we can look at like the producers. So they opened in 2001. They ran 2,502 performances.
Wow.
Yeah. They won the Tony, that's what the T is. They made a movie of the musical. Other shows, like for example, here's Next to Normal. It won the Pulitzer, it gets the rare P. Carolina Change, they made a revival of that. So there's a lot of information that we were able to pack into the original poster. But then we wanted to do more, and so we got a deal for the book.
The book is beautiful.
They did such a great job. We are so excited about it. This just came out in October, and it is still the same 118 shows, but we got to write an essay about each one, its place in the Broadway canon, how it relates to other shows, what it influenced, what influenced it, the authors and the actors that it introduced. We have cast, we have a synopsis, we have a lot of really obscure backstage behind the scenes trivia that we uncovered both from primary sources, and also I talked to a lot of my friends who were in the original companies or who were the composers. So we were really excited to put this out. And there's a bonus off-Broadway section too.
Ooh. So how much is this book?
The book is $35.
And they can get it from you directly or on Amazon even?
If you come to BroadwayCon, you can get it here, but otherwise it's in bookstores all over the place.
Okay, that's good too.
It's online at Amazon, Barnes & Noble. We just got word it's at the Juilliard bookstore.
That's good.
It's at Drama Bookshop, it's at the Museum of Broadway, so it's all over town and all
Now,
over the country.
I didn't hear you say how you came up with this, though.
Yeah. I mean, I was bored, honestly. I was bored.
I thought maybe you had this deep scientific knowledge.
I mean, I'm a big dork, but other than that, I was bored. I was out of town. I was music directing, and there was no Wi-Fi. I'm like, so bored. And I just like making lists, so I started thinking like, okay, for my students, because I teach in a conservatory, what are the shows that I would want my students to know? Like, what are the top shows that you really need to know if you want to be considered really Broadway literate? And so I just started making lists, and I got the list, and I thought, well, how do you organize these? And then I thought of the periodic table, the old, chemistry periodic table. And then I had to go look at the periodic table to remember what it actually was. And I was like, oh my God, 118? How am I going to get 118 shows? And then I found out it was hard to even narrow it down to 118. There's just so many musicals now to keep track of.
So is Phantom on this?
Yeah.
That was Phantom's there?
It's over here with a giant performance.
All right, so what about some of the classics like Hair?
Sure, Hair. Hair is one of the, it's in the classics category. Well done.
And where's the original Grease?
The original Grease is right here in The Entertainers.
That was my first Broadway play I ever saw.
Oh my gosh.
The original cast company.
Original cast.
Yeah.
That was originally a very different show.
It was.
I read about it because it started in Chicago, in like little clubs in Chicago, and it was kind of raunchy, and it was a real satire of these sort of 50s shows. And then it came to New York, and they advertised it as, a love letter to the 50s.
It's almost like Happy Days.
Right, then they had to de-raunchify it, basically.
Yeah. So, how do you like BroadwayCon as an event?
I think it's just fantastic. I mean,
have you been here before, though?
We have. We did it once right before COVID.
Oh, all right.
Right when we first came out.
Would have been like the second or third year, right, I think?
I don't know how old it is, but it was 2020. It was BroadwayCon 2020.
Oh, yeah, yep.
And we loved it then, and we just haven't been able to get back to it. So now with the book out, we really just wanted to come back and share this. But I mean, what an incredible opportunity for fans to get together, and for people who are like deeply knowledgeable to talk with other people who are just in love with the form.
Now, what else do you got at the booth?
What else
that's
we got?
interesting?
So we got decks of cards, which are fun. Just regular decks of cards, but with the artwork on them, which we love.
It is really nice artwork.
It's the two artists that we got are just so incredibly gifted, and we love having the book because now you can see the artwork in like huge.
And you have this.
Formats.
You have another
So this
book.
is a book that I wrote called "The Enraged Accompanist's Guide to the Perfect Audition," based on a lot of my experiences as this guy sitting behind the piano and being like, "Oh my god."
When I see this, I always think of that classic Honeymooners episode now.
Oh, I don't know it.
Oh, I'll tell you after.
Okay. But basically, I was just sort of frustrated.
And you
with-
wrote this, Essential
And
Music?
I wrote this. So this was a book that I wrote for my students at Manhattan School of Music. I wanted to have a book that I could use to teach specifically for singers and actors how to read music, how to sight sing, what music theory is, and how do you use it to be a better actor. So it's not just math, it's storytelling. What did the composer actually mean when he wrote this chord or this rhythm?
Now, these are also available if somebody orders them online.
All available online, yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
And this book is by my husband, who is my co-author on the Periodic Table book. He writes murder mysteries, and
Very
this is
nice.
the first in a series called Musicals or Murder. It is part historical fiction and part a murder mystery. So what he did was he did incredible amounts of research on the out-of-town tryouts for the actual Sound of Music. So all of the stuff about the tryouts is real, and then he dumps a murder mystery into the middle of it.
That's
so
really
like
cool.
Rodgers and Hammerstein are characters, and Mary Martin's a character, and
That's cool.
it's really, really fun. So.
Awesome, awesome. So you like the BroadwayCon? This is your first time back in some time.
Yeah.
Did you do any panels? Were you talking to
We have a
anybody?
panel tomorrow.
Okay, great,
Yeah,
great,
2
great.
p.m., and we're going to talk about the poster and how it became a book.
That's very cool. All right, I'm going to let you get back to the business of business, my
Thanks so
friend.
much.
Thank you
Great
so much
talking
for
with you.
talking to me. All right, my friends, you know how it ends. We're going to have a link for you to get this book in that there section where I write stuff. Yeah. All right, it's me, it's Ken from BroadwayCon. Do the favor, subscribe, click the notification bell, like, and leave a comment on the video. I'll see you next time. Bye.